Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. In this part, we shall talk about family structure changes that have helped technology's hold on society. See, in the last 100 plus years, the life expectancy of a person in the United States has gone up by some 25 years. The average life expectancy in 1900, the turn of the century, I believe it was like 48 years. Now we have made some tremendous advances in that, and it's now like about 25 years more life expectancy. So you would think people have a lot more time on their hands, right? People have a lot more time on their hands. The average family time available for a father decreased from 40 hours per week in the 1930s to 17 hours by the late 1990s. I'm told some average father spends less than 10 minutes a day talking to their children. Less than 10 minutes a day. All the time. Some 33% of the kids live apart from their biological father. This has gone up. See, and divorce, okay? See, divorce is it's not a taboo topic anymore. But it still damages children. Really. I like to know who speaks for the children. Really, who really speaks for the children? Children have always historically been silent in the society's discourse. But somebody has to speak for the children. And divorce affects children in many ways. Visitation and custody problems causes children trouble. There are effects of continuing conflict between the parents, even after divorce. There's less together time with the parents. There are effects in school performance and peer relations. Disruptions of extended family relationships. Problems caused by parents' new relationships. And the financial difficulties. Undue burden that's placed on the parent, and more often than not, it is the mother. Undue financial difficulties of maintaining the family. So the children are hurt by this in many ways, and all children around those children are also affected. 4 in 10 children apparently are born to unwed mothers, and certain sectors of the society are particularly vulnerable. This is apparently 2012 data. 63% live with two parents, thankfully. And there's a substantial number of kids, who live with just mom, who live with just dad, and those who live with unmarried parents. I wonder, what effects does that child what has that on the child? As I said, children in single-parent families, single-parent families, 2014. The biggest, most vulnerable population is total here, right? It tells you all the different populations. You know what's really sad to me? Regardless of how accurate these numbers are, but these numbers are millions. Millions. And particular compassion must be extended to parents. See, you can't be too hard on the parents. You can't be too hard, because parents really are grown-up children. So who speaks for those grown-up children? So we have to stop putting the blame, but we have to understand our children have rights that we have to tend to. But we have to have compassion for everybody. We have to have compassion for the children. We have to have compassion for the parents, because parents are really grown-up children. And mothers, they take undue burden of responsibility in all these difficult situations. Parents have time. The time that they have, they spend with TV and other media. Really, that has to stop. Come on. That has to stop. So what does that do? When the parents are absent, some 40% of the kids or so walk into a house, or this is like middle school kids. Some 40% of middle school kids walk into an empty house. There's nobody there. Who are they going to bond with? People are social creatures. People need to bond with somebody. You know, when babies are born, they can't see. Their vision is not there. You know, remember medical school, when the babies are born, you put antibiotic ointment in their eyes so they don't get infected. They can't see. But by the 6th day or so, the baby is able to recognize her mother by her scent. And they bond. It's powerful. The parental connection is very powerful. But if the parents are not, they're human beings, they're social creatures. They need to connect with somebody. Who are they going to connect with? They're going to connect with technology. They're going to connect with peers. Their peers become their surrogate parents, so to speak. If average high school child, whatever, a teenager spends like 5 hours or so on the internet and like 15 minutes, the parents, who are they going to bond with? No wonder they're not connected to their parents, because they spend most of their time with their peers. They're connected to their peers. And peers, mind you, they don't make very good parents. They make terrible parents. Now, there's no vertical transmission of knowledge. See, peers teach other peers what peers know, but parents teach wisdom, right? And grandparents teach even more wisdom than the parents do. But this vertical transmission of knowledge is not there from one generation to the next generation. The next is not there. So they learn the craft of what the other peers know. So this is actually the concluding side, I believe. These are things that we have to think about. We have all the answers. Allah and the Messenger of Allah would not leave us without answers. We have them. They're not even difficult, but they take some courage to implement. We have to put our priorities straight. We have to give due priority to our children's times, and we have to give due priority to our spouses. We have to give priority to the family. Technology is disruptive. Learn about it. Find out about it. We have to give. This is where we are now. We spend too much technology, time too little. We cannot divorce ourselves from technology, but we have to put it in its right place, and we have to really focus on the family. We have to turn the TV off, stay on the internet off, and spend time with family, find ways of connecting with the family, one way or another. We share some activities together, right? So I'm not suggesting it's simple, but the answers are there. We have to work on them, inshallah. We have to be dedicated with them, inshallah. And I hope and pray Allah makes it easy for us all. Inshallah. Until next time then, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum.